Very open. Could be anyone's game. And we are going to watch the game between Jan Nepomniachtchi, who just saw win against Sindarov, two of the best players in the world facing off on the top board here.
I'm just checking on how Aman did.
Yes, please update us.
Aman won on time by 0.6 seconds.
Whoa!
And he won earlier in 15 moves. So back-to-back wins for Aman. Yay. That's good to see. And now here we go.
Good to see. And what do you make of this opening so far?
The clock. This is an easy to play position for white. He gave up the bishop pair. Jan, earlier in the position, grabbed on this square with his own, he grabbed a knight with his bishop and placed his own knight in the center, and hopes to control the position a little bit. Here we go. This is a big decision now. White picked up a pawn on the queen side, but look at this response by Sindarov with the move, pushing that c pawn, attacking the knight. And what black might do in the future is take on b3, doubling the pawns, and then take on d5, and white would have two sets of double pawns, be up a pawn, but have two sets of double pawns. So there's compensation here. Yes, white's up a pawn, but there's bishops for black and targets. Specifically that pawn right here on the b file could be a target, and this pawn could be a target. So double-edged, I would say. You see ideas like this in the Marshall opening in chess. Black getting open position in the bishop pair. And why are we seeing this move? Black, then you slowly apply pressure by clearing open the b file, and it's just going to be there for the rest of the game.
And there are some viewers who think that Nepomniachtchi will win the tournament, but I know also Sindarov has a lot of fans. He hasn't won Titled Tuesday that many times yet, but this could be a very good opportunity, and a win here for either of them incredibly important. And it seems like both of them are playing fighting chess.
For sure. I think I like what Jan's doing. He's found a really nice outpost in the center, and even though this move that white just played looks funny, moving the rook up, it does the job. You're defending the pawn that black's attacking with both of the rooks. And if black can't win that pawn, you're like, oh, my rook looks funny. Well, black's using two of their own rooks to attack it, which means Jan can use his other rook on the f file, maybe push that pawn up the board. It's up to black to show compensation here. Black is down a pawn. Yes, they're double pawns, but at the end of the day, pawn is a pawn, and we see here Jan is maneuvering around with the knights, might be bringing that knight back towards this square here where it targets rerouting. Okay, he's arguing he wants the other knight in d5. Keep this square open for the knight on the e file.
It seems like we have Vincent Keimer playing against Nodirbek Abdusaturov in another game. A viewer rooting for Vincent. And it's so interesting that so many of these players choose to play Titled Tuesday every single week, despite the fact that they have to be preparing for the Candidates Tournament, for the Freestyle World Championship. They're so busy and they still make time for this. Oh.
Interesting decision, sacrificing the exchange and potentially more material, but he's looking to pick up that center pawn and gain access to black's king side.
Wow. Could change character quite a bit.
It changes the character. I think both sides are doing okay, but I think this decision is a practical decision where he couldn't figure out how to make progress, and this gives better winning chances. It shows the attitude. Jan is playing for the win. That's for sure. Sindarov playing quickly, just defending that. Didn't want to grab the material yet. Keeping the option open because even though black didn't grab the material, in the future, if white ever removes the rook, all of a sudden this would be loose. Players are playing quickly now. Rook to the c file. There's still a rook loose on the queen side. Then we have to start discussing what's better, the knight or the rook. Usually the exchange is better, but in certain positions, a knight in the center can be devastating. So Jan has now moved his rook off the board. He's allowing black to capture this doubled pawn. However, white does have potential on the king side to open things up. So does black. Positions open up. Maybe it favors the bishop on d6. Here we go. Queen comes in, threatening the knight invading, which would be a checkmate if not for black's queen taking it. So there are some threats now. There's also a threat potentially of sacrificing your rook on the f-file to blast open the king and bring the other rook in.
And also, Nepomniachtchi's king is also in a little bit of trouble. It can at least be checked once. So
he wants to be checked so he can slide the king over, and then there's no more checks temporarily. Use that pawn as a shield. But this move, I really don't know what to do here because rook f7, I believe you can sacrifice the rook. That's what I've been worried about the entire time.
But did he miss the fact that he was threatening this knight move that you showed?
No. The idea here is to then play a bishop check and give up a queen for a bishop and a rook. Yes, this was expected. Here comes the king.
Oh, but what is happening?
And what's the move now? He had to give the check first. Jan was supposed to check on h7 first. I think he just played the wrong move order. He just got confused.
And now he's down a rook?
He's just down a rook, and that rook that black has on the c-file really defends a key pawn on the g6 square.
Look at Jan's expression. He's frozen, but I think that expression...
Well, the thing is, the game isn't over. Is it losing? Yes, but until you manage to trade off those dangerous pieces for white, you can blunder back.
Wow. So he just mixed up the move order, and then now he's down a rook. But he's still trying to make some kind of checkmate possible. And Sindarov down to his final minute.
I just don't see the checkmate right now. You have a check, but you don't want to give that check unless you see a follow-up. Otherwise, it's really a spite check. He's done it because probably didn't see anything else. I mean, as white, you need to use all your pieces to try to checkmate.
And use your clock, but he's shaking his head.
Well, Sindarov's looking for a knockout blow right now. Instead, decides to trade off the queens. That's professional. And there we go. I expect this game won't last too much longer. It's worth playing on a little bit for white, but black is up a rook for 3 pawns, but at least one of those pawns is about to fall on the a-file.
Yeah, look at Nepomniachtchi. He is shaking his head. He's quite upset. This was an important game. Sindarov will take the lead in the tournament if he manages to win this.
Another trade.
At this point, I guess Jan is just kind of in denial.
It's worth playing on a little bit. It's not that easy for black to pick off all the pawns. Black, you'd like to trade off the rooks.
Yeah, that would make it easier.
Here we go. That's a blunder. Now, yeah. I thought it was it's a bit annoying.
Yeah, it is annoying. I'm realizing as soon as you start looking for what move would I make, it becomes harder.
The weakest pawn is this pawn over here, but how do you win it? White has a king and rook defending, and you have 2 rooks. Black's king is boxed out. So the strategy here is to find a way to trade off that last rook. With the rook on the board, it's actually quite annoying. And we're going to see that here.
Oh, now there's a possibility? No.
No, he's using these pawns to shelter. Jan is playing this very well from a tricky perspective. As long as you keep the rooks on the board. If I'm playing black, I would love to eventually push my d-pawn when given the chance. So find a way to push the d-pawn, which means I want to bring my rook up the board and push the d-pawn. Oh, I think he might be going for it. Not quite yet. You have to do it so you don't allow connected pass pawns, but this isn't the strategy right now. Down to 22 seconds.
Oh, wow.
Now he's preparing it. Now look at that d-pawn to push to clear open files. Push the d-pawn. Oh, wow. 19 seconds. He's got to show progress. There we go. The d-pawn's been pushed.
Oh, but he did it at a time when the pass pawns were allowed.
They're allowed, but now they get picked off. Okay. You don't have a good way to push it.
There we go.
Yeah.
Now he's finally in control, but he only has 15 seconds.
So.
Will he have time?
Oh, he's got time. Yep. Yep.
Oh, look at him. Look at his reactions.
Yeah, it took him a while to find that plan. I thought Jan did a really good job of being tricky, but it was always winning.
Wow. And Sindarov, who has 12 seconds left in this final position, it looks like Jan is just letting his clock run out. But Sindarov does win.
So that was tough. Jan had a winning attack, and I think I blundered it as well. We brought the rook in. It's kind of like he knew the right setup, but the wrong move order.